So welcome back to my channel. I'm really sorry that I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. Everything has just been so up in the air. I promise that I am going to get back to doing the vlogs a lot more often. It's just things have been crazy at the moment. There's lots of stuff that I need to announce and reveal, but now is not the time to do that, so I'm not going to do it yet. However, what is happening at the moment is we are doing a lot of preparation for mine and Allegro's very first international. It still sounds crazy to say it. I am extremely nervous, but so looking forward to going and doing it. Anyway, in this video, what I've decided to do is do you a little, it's basically our training preparation coming up to our first international. So this is actually training that I did with my coach, Nikki Lickley. So I went to hers a couple of days ago and I thought I would do one of my old-fashioned lesson voiceovers because I know you lot really used to like them, and again I haven't done one for ages, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in now, so I hope you enjoy.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to focus on the basics, or shall I say Nikki was making me focus on the basics. This is just a video of me cantering around, but actually he's not straight. His shoulders are slightly in and his quarters are not underneath himself, so I'm kind of just like plodding around. Now Nikki made me ride him much straighter. Now again, to the naked eye it might not seem like a lot, but we're actually trying to get his hind leg under his body a lot more. Compared to the first clip as well, you can see he's a lot more uphill now. So because Leggy is such a long big horse that's not designed for the job, I find it quite hard to keep him together. So in this beginning of the lesson, we was just trying to make more jump in the canter and also have him more uphill and stepping his hind leg underneath his body. Like I say, Leggy finds this really hard because he's such a big horse, and also I'm such a little rider that I don't find it easy either. So Nikki was really getting after me and being like, no, you must make his hind leg step underneath himself and have a lot more jump in the canter, which actually towards the end of this circle I really think we achieved. You can see me giving and retaking the reins a lot as well, again to help with the jump. So now we have the same exercise again, but this time in the trot work. And what we do again, the same kind of thing, is trying to get the hind legs underneath his body and get more bend through the hocks. Again, when you start training at these levels, every single mark counts, and the more that they can get the hind legs under the body, the better they can move and the more uphill the trot can go. Again, we always must remember Leggy is definitely not designed to be doing this, so he finds this work quite difficult. You can see I'm having to put quite a lot of leg on him just to encourage those hind legs to stay underneath him. And every time I put my leg on, I try and do a give and retake so that he can take the contact forward and then he can go forward into a extended trot. What I did get told off there is that I just pushed him into an extended trot without any preparation. And as us dressage people know, preparation is everything. So it's all about keeping the hind legs underneath his body. Every time I put my leg on, I try and give a little bit in the hand. And then when we go forward into the extended trot, he's got somewhere to go and I am not blocking him. It's very easy as a rider to end up holding on, especially again like when you're on a big horse. It's quite difficult to keep giving the rein and keeping the leg on because I just find it so hard to keep him all together. This lesson absolutely killed me. I'm obviously still not 100% in my core since my surgery, so I found this sit and trot really difficult today. Yeah, but I'm getting there. It's still taking a little bit of time, but I'm getting there. So it's all about keeping the leg on, having that independent seat, being able to let go of the hand. We just pop him into a shoulder four now to try and step the hind leg underneath his body. And then when we straighten him up, asking him to take the trot a little bit more forward. And then when I bring him back in the corners, still keeping my inside leg on so that he can step that hind leg underneath himself. Again, it's one of those things where you have to keep your leg there all the time or else his hind leg does drop. Riding at this level is not easy. When I say I was having as much of a workout as Leggy, I definitely was. I was just as sweaty as he was at the end of this. So, you know, don't think that I'm having it easy. So yeah, again, round the corners, a little bit of preparation because do we go into a half pass now? I think we do. Yeah. So again, in the half pass, just making sure I keep that inside leg on. The inside leg is just as important as the outside leg in a half pass. Often when I'm teaching my own clients, I see people when they're asking for a leg yield or a half pass, they take the inside leg off, but it's the inside leg that actually keeps their tummy up and them stepping underneath their body. So again, I know it's super hard, but you've got to keep that inside leg on. You just saw then he dropped me literally as soon as I asked for a little bit of collection from the extended trot. So again, what's the answer? Keep more leg on. Guys, basically the moral of this story is keep your blooming leg on these horses. Don't pull too much and make sure to push. It's very easy, like I say, to just hold on, but you must let go and you must push. So I think we might come and do another half pass in a minute going the other way. Again, just focusing on keeping that hind leg stepping underneath his body. My right half pass is definitely not as good as my left one. As you see, his crossover isn't quite as good. So we're just trying to get a little bit more bend from his, and then I lost my balance a little bit, hence why I looked a bit floppy. So yeah, that was getting the hind leg underneath the trot work, which I was really happy with, and knackered. So now it's time for the canter pirouettes, and I don't know why, but these just seem to be my absolute arch enemy. Again, I don't know whether it's just because I'm riding a really big horse. A good video though, because I do some bad ones. Here I take it way too small. His front legs cross over. He clearly cannot do it. And Nikki's like, stop, just start again. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to stay on the same rein, turn him back around and come again. My main problem with this is I'm trying to make them way too small for this big horse and putting no preparation into it. So I go back into my shoulder four and collect him. Again, this one I just do way too small. I turn him really tight and he just can't get around it. He does a change and a change back. So guys, he just wants to show you that he's learning his wands. Anyway, start again. So my issue was that I was taking it way too small at the beginning and end of the canter pirouette. And what Nikki actually told me to do was take it smaller in the beginning and then take it much bigger. So start in a smaller position and then be small for a few strides and then take it much bigger. So this time I went round the canter pirouette and thought little tiny canter, little pirouette. And then I was like, no, big pirouette. And then he did it. And that was so much better. And I was so happy because, again, he finds these really hard. So yeah, I was absolutely chuffed with him because I might be getting it too. Okay, so now we are moving on to our changes, and this is how we finish the lesson up. I was so happy with his changes today. As you can see, these fours are really straight. They're absolutely on the aid, and I was just very happy with them. Because we spent so much of the lesson actually getting his hind leg underneath himself, he had more jump in the canter, which meant it was straighter, which meant my changes became easier. And guys, moral of the story, work on your basics and the tricks will get easier. So here I'm just trying to not let him run away because sometimes he gets carried away in the changes. And you'll actually see it when we move on to the threes now. The threes start really well. He stays straight, but he actually starts taking over now. And I try and stop him and he just keeps changing. And that's why I'm just trying to pull him up over and say, no, wait. Again, big horse, he just takes over a little bit. So we just stopped and started again. And just made sure to do a little half halt in between the changes. So what I actually do on this line is try and ride it a little bit more collected to stay with me. Don't run off in them and stay on the aid, which he does nicely, but we are a lot more collected. That's why I put another couple in, so I do quite a lot of threes across over here. And then when Nikki told me to ride this next line, she said, right, now ride 5 really forward good changes. So without him taking over, so I let my hands soften a little bit, push the canter forward, and he stays really straight through these. I was really happy with them because he kept the push in the canter. Good boy. And that is it. That's our lesson finished. Very, very happy with him.
Right, so I really hope you enjoyed that video and you got a little bit of a insight into what we get up to in our lessons, especially the ones before a big competition. As you could see, we spent a lot of that lesson working on basics, and also I kept in a lot of the parts where I made mistakes because, again, what I say to a lot of the clients that I coach is that it doesn't matter if you're making mistakes. In fact, mistakes is how we learn. Try not to keep everything absolutely perfect, especially in training. Things things will get messy. You will have to like stop and start again and try things again, but that is all part of training. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not like and subscribe my page? Yeah, and I will see you for the next one.